All right, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna rip apart this big old piece of junk, and I'm gonna have to get this safety gate open right here, and I'm gonna have to get access to this arm right here. I'm gonna have to get these big old plates off and set them to the side and have somebody do those dishes because I'm not doing it. We got what? We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts on this side, which actually bolts into a hub on that crown gear. And then I'm gonna yank that crown gear out the other side. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do is rotate this plate right here to the top side. Nope. Let's see here. How are we gonna do it? I'm gonna have to put a forklift underneath that bad boy to prop it up after I rotate this. Okay, so let's do that. So here we are at the podium, and we are gonna rotate that plate 180. So we'll get that plate 180, and then I'm gonna have to get a forklift, some forks underneath that bad boy, and I'm gonna try to get it as level as possible, even though my eyes are crooked. Excuse me, guys, it's early. It is early. It's 4 in the morning around these parts. Oh, all right. Oh, so let me get this scissor lift rotated. There we go. I'm gonna get this all nice and cleared out. All right. Oh, we got a mess around here. All right, so I'm gonna have to get this mold out of the way very carefully because this mold is worth more than some people's lives. And now I gotta get this mold bracket out of the way. Looks like a lot of things got left in the way. And then I'm gonna have to get 2 forks lined up under this guy right here. Just for safety's sake. Fellas. Let's get this guy out of the way. All right. And now it begins. Oh, get on this little hot rod right here. Boom. Whip her around. Maybe I don't need to go too crazy. Oh. So we're gonna get these forks lifted up, get this arm get the forks tilted back, and then I'm gonna close that gap. There we go. There we go. Now I gotta get those forks propped up underneath that head, just so I can make sure she don't fall on the floor. I don't want her to fall on herself. There we go. I want to put too much pressure on her. Just barely. And I'll leave her like that. Turn her off. All right, so we got the forks propped underneath the hub side with the crown gear. So now I gotta get on the top and get that poised. So let's pull this guy over to where, it looks like it's still attached. Get him off of there. And let's pull this guy over where we need to get him. This is a repair that not a lot of people are gonna get to see. It's not your average equipment. Big industrial, greasy, nasty. It's greasy, it's nasty. The usual. The usual industrial style equipment. All right, so we have lifted that hoist way up in the air. So instead of lowering these four, I need to get on that side of her. So I'll throw the pendant over and get her situated on that side. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let me get my big old torque wrench set to the side. I won't forget that. And I'm gonna get these big eye bolts because I need to get that plate off, and it has some bolt holes for these eye bolts. So I don't remember exactly what size it is by heart. I'm not even a high school graduate. So let's I think it's these guys right here. And I think this guy's for something else, but we'll figure it out right now. You know what? Just for time's sake, I'm gonna take both. All right, let me see here. Oh, and then we'll get to popping. Then we'll get to popping some socket head cap screws, some big old socket heads. All right. You know what? Let me push this cart out of the way. Boom. Boom. There we be. All right. So here we are. All right, so we are now in the arena. So we got these 6 bolts, these big 6 socket heads that we got to get out. So we are actually going to lift the plate from, we can use these holes. So let me get these eye bolts in here. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a perfect match. It's a perfect match. Get that eye bolt in there. Like so. It's early, 4 in the morning. Tired, it's cold, but I gotta get this job done. That's what they want. All right. I hope you guys can see that. All right, here we go. Get that guy in there. And I want to get him so that I can get him lifted with these hooks right here. So now I could get him in this guy right here. Boom. Okay. Just gonna get him started in there. Man, it gets tight because these threads are super dirty, and I just don't have the time or the patience to clean them out. So I'm gonna use some type of leverage. And that leverage is going to come in the form of a big 1 1/8 wrench. Yep, there we go. Look at that, huh? That's how you do it, fellas. That's how you do it. Oh, come on, baby, get in there. You know, it's Saturday. It's early, but life goes on. Life goes on. There we are. Oh, look at that, man. That is a beauty. Parallel to each other. Now we're going to go ahead and grab this big old 1 ton. And I'm going to get this 1 ton down. And we will start to get things in position to get this bad boy out of there. Come on. All right. So, as you guys can see, I got my hook. Spacing is a little off. So I'm going to have to move this hook to somewhere that is more local. Yep. So check them out. Here we go. You, sir, are going to go there. Find it. All right. So I've got to get it screwed in there. There it is. See? See? I told you. I told you. I told you guys it wasn't hard. We're going to get one hook right here, and we'll get the other hook in this hole right here. So let's go ahead and steal this guy. Come here, Red. Oh, Red's gonna give me an issue. I kind of figured that would happen. Why wouldn't it, right? Let me try to get another one. If one don't work, try another one, right? All right, here we go. Come here, Red. Come here, Red. Go to your home. Go to your home, Red. All right. Man, she must be off balance because it is tilting already. All right, there it goes. Why is it not going in? There it is. All right. So what we want to do is get this guy all strapped up right here. Let me get him. All right, let me lower this pendant just a hair. Down, down. 2 squirts, baby. 2 pumps. That's all she needed. 2 pumps. Oh, look at that. Oh, there she be. This little hasp is Brokskis. So I'm probably gonna have to deal with that at some point in my life. Here we go. Look at that. We'll get some tension on her. Now, we begin the next phase of this process. Bolting. If I could ever get down from the scissor lift. What the hell is going on? There we go. All right, people. Oh, let me check this out. So we got this guy right here. I'm going to have to get some electrons for her. And we got big big hex head sockets. So they look like the same size. I believe they are. And we got 3/4, a 3/4 and a 3/4 with a 3/4, I think it's called a chuck. So let's go ahead and put that 3/4 in there to get started. And you know, these 3/4 are heavy, fellas. It is not like it's, let me get them on there. Come on. Hold on. You guys watch me fight with this thing? Yeah, that is the right size. I believe so. She better be. There she goes. You know, sometimes it just takes a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and get her a big old battery. That's the one thing I forgot, huh? Well, wouldn't you know it? All right. So I am going to take you guys off camera. I'm going to take you guys off camera while I go get this battery because I don't want you to see my hiding spot. You know what I'm saying? You guys looking at my hiding spot? I can't expose myself like that. So let me get off camera for 1 second. Just work with me here, guys. Work with me here. We're going to get this all taken care of. Don't you panic. And I'm going to go ahead and grab me this big old Milwaukee. Huh? Look at her, boys. Let me hide you. Hide you one more time. Sorry about that. This is a customer, company, whatever you want to call it. I got to respect these boundaries. You know, so I can keep that money flow coming in. All right, guys, we are back. Look at that. Back at the scene of the crime. Here we go. Let's go. So we got a little light. Another electron storage pack. In some countries also known as a lithium battery. Oh, look at that. There we go. So we got the big boy, and be careful because she's top heavy. She will fall on her face. Let me get back up here. You know what? Let me grab some gloves because I'm not that crazy. I am not that crazy. I don't want to get what's left of my fingers all shredded. Because these are the 6-figure fingers, boys. 6-figure fingers, man. I need them. I need them. And this year has been a great year. So here we go. We are back up at this mammoth beast. You get this glove on. And we get the right side for a couple lefts and rights. And now we're gonna get this big old beast. Throw her in reverse. Because we're always doing it backwards. And let's hope that she gets it out. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead got a little ahead of myself. Happens from time to time. You guys are watching this live, so it's no time to edit, no time to record, you know, the usual smoke and mirrors. This is in real time. No smoke, no mirrors, just sweat. Just sweat and grit. That's it. Just sweat and grit. Oh, get off of there. There we go. All right, so let me get that out of the way, and not too far because I don't want to have to get back down. And we're gonna have to put that big old bad boy in there. All right, boys, you ready? Oh, she came out like a butter. She came out like a butter. Sometimes I gotta fight with them. Oh, she came out like butter. That's a beautiful thing. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, all right. So, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and smash that because we do this all the time. But a little bit more polished because we got time to edit, you know. This is live and real time, boys. All right, there we go. There we go. Get around there. Oh, and girls, sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. Oh, look at her. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Let me get these guys out of the way. So it looks like somebody did put some anti-seize on them, which I thank you, and you will be in my prayers. So I got to get the rest of these five guys, some bird out. Big old bolts. Nice and greasy. Get your fingers all full of sauce, you know? Finger looking good. That's what they say. Finger, come on, buddy. There we go. All right. Get them all out. Get them all out. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to pull these 6 bolts out for you. As you can see. Let me get these guys set to the side. All right, boys. You guys don't go nowhere. Stay where you're at. Looks like somebody else was using some big old healthy tools too. Get this out of the way. Okay. Woo! We are back. Up. And on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. Okay. Let's see. There is the up button. Up button, boys. Up, 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 but not too fast. Okay, let's see. Here's the moment of truth. We're going to put some pressure on this. We're hoping that the plate comes off easily and we don't put tension on this arm. So, we're going to see it together. I'll tell you that. Oh, it's going to be. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. What are we missing? What are we missing here? You know what? Because I see that crown gear. I see that crown gear lifting with it. So we're going to have to set them down because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that, let me get my Temu special flashlight and I'll put some light on this bad boy. So I believe that this is going to be our issue because I believe that this threaded nipple goes all the way through to the hub. So let's see if my theory is correct. Now I'm going to have to get a different version of the same tool. Get my chain unlocked. There it is. Let me hop down. Boingy, boingy. And I am going to grab me something that looks like, where did he go? Uh-oh. Did I get jacked? Did I just get robbed? All right, so if we can't find plan A, we'll go with plan B. I'm going to get plan B right here. That's what she said. And we'll get this big guy right here. I don't know where my plan A went. Must have grew legs and walked off. All right, so we got those two. Hopefully we could get it done with that because I don't want to look stupid on camera, but it wouldn't be the first time. So here we go. All right, let's head back up to the scene. Here we are. Here we are. So we got to get this little feller right here to hang out with the bolts. And I'm going to use this Knipex to do that. Well, in theory, allegedly. Allegedly, of course. Okay, come on, baby. Oh, we got that. I see some light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, she's turning. He is turning. Okay. Come on. Okay. They make it look easier in the movies. Ah. Oh. And I definitely make it look easier when I edit it. So this is real time, this is real life, and this is real stiff and gummy. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? 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 Come on, you guys got to give me some kind of credit here. Tell you what. Give me credit by hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe if you have not yet. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Throw that guy to the side. And let's see what this does. Because I believe that was a pass-through from this top plate to the hub. So, if my theory is correct, and I don't feel like going and getting the drawings, you know, I'm trying to act like I know what I'm doing here. Here we go. Up, 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 up. Let me get my flashlight because I need those electrons. Ooh. Ooh, my theory was correct. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. I might actually have you guys convinced that I know what I'm doing. Holy snappo. I got some shims in there. And she looking like she's ready to come out. So I'm going to figure out what to do with this plate. And I think that you guys see the bottom side of that. I think we're going to have to do the rest of this from the ground level. Because up here, it's just not doing much. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see that. Now, there is a big old bearing up in there. And, you know, to the eye, she looks okay. So I'm happy with that. So let me get us back down to ground level. Time to get grounded. Oh, and then I will hop on that forklift and I will get this big crown, this hub with the crown gear down, and then we can really start the business. Then we can really start the operation of what we're trying to do here today. And we got a whole lot of doing to do because there is a ton of work. And at the moment I am by myself. So let me show you, you know what? I got to be on the forklift because, you know, safety, right? There she goes. If you guys can see that, I really want you to see it. Let me take this helmet off. Oh, I really want you guys to see that. If you guys, we got 20 people in here. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. All right, you guys can see. Let me see. You got, there you are. All right, see that gear? Watch her fall. Uh-oh. She's supposed to fall. Let me lift her up a little bit. There we go. She's getting stiff on me, fellas. Getting stiff on me. What do we got going on here? We got, I don't know how, but I keep losing entire. Are we losing the, oh, you keep losing track of the days. Man, I tell you, some weeks definitely feel like that. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. You know, there's new safety features on these forklifts. If you do not pull this lever, you get the honk of shame. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys hear that right now. Step off for 3 seconds. And 1, 2, 3. There it is. Got him. You know what I'm saying? They get you every time. And it draws everybody's attention. And they look at you like a fool skis. All right, so we got that big top plate up there. Let's go ahead and get that guy down. And I'm going to pull that 1-tonner this way so we could get that plate down. Yep, 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 yep. Got it. I do not. I managed to do that. I managed to do that, and I'm proud of myself. I don't want nobody out there trying to steal my shine. All right, let me get this guy to where I feel comfortable leaving him alone by himself. All right, buddy, I'm trusting you not to hurt yourself. So we'll get him out of the way. Okay, we'll set him down on this little platform right here. And I will go ahead and I think we can leave it like that for now. Now I'm gonna work on getting this guy down. How am I gonna do that? I don't know yet. So we gotta pull him down, but he's stuffed in there because there is some absolutely grippy, sticky, tacky seals that is holding on to that hub. And you guys will see what that looks like as soon as I get my tools in line. And I'm trying to think of the right tool right now that I can use to accomplish this. So for right now, I think the tool of choice is gonna be the one that is most available. A big beater, huh? A big old beater. So let me see here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pry that down. There she goes. There she goes. Oh yeah, come on, baby. I hope she acts right. Oh. Okay. So you see that white stuff? That is some thick, hardcore grease. Maybe you guys can't see it. Let me see. I'm just talking while I'm thinking. It's like walking and chewing gum. All right. So we got that big, thick coat of grease on there, and that's why she doesn't want to come out, because she's all sticky and tacky. But that is the idea with that high temp grease that costs $1,000 a tube. You know, because companies got money to burn. Get the millionaires and the billionaires. All right. Okay, so she is spinning. Eventually she will come down. Let me spin her. Come on, baby. She can't be that hard. Let's see here. How can we get her down? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on here that you guys may not know until I explain it. All right, how is she gonna get down? I need a bigger bar. That's what I need. And I do not want to drop her. So what do you do in this case? Now, I could flip her upright, use the hoist to get her down, but I do not want to. I can lower the forks just a hair, but she looks like she's pretty stuck. She ain't going nowhere. So what do you do here? Now I could run to the local CVS pharmacy and go pick myself up a big old cheater bar. I may have to do that. You know what? Let's do that option first. I do like that because it's safer, safety and all. All right. I'm gonna have to cover you guys up one more time. Sorry about the interference. And what do we got in here? 22 people. Good looking out. It's just us this morning. It is just us this morning. We got reinforcements getting in about 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. I don't really know what time it is right now. I'm sure we're encroaching on 5 a.m. But showed up at 4, prepped my materials, prepped my tools, got my head right, and wouldn't you know it, the big cheater bar is gone. They get me every time. All right. So we're going to have to find a plan C, because plan A didn't work. Plan B didn't work. So hopefully you know what? I know exactly where it's at. If memory serves me right, it will be the place where I least suspected and where it was last left. All right, we're gonna head out. I think I could do it this way. All right, guys, there we go. We're back. Sorry to cut you off like that. I don't mean to be disrespectful. All right, so we are headed out. Oh, it is a foggy morning. Oh, and I believe we have that big cheater bar. Nope, I was wrong again. I thought it was out here. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna go searching. Huh? Well, you know what? We have this bar. Yeah, this is the one I was seeing, but I don't think this one is big enough. We'll give it a shot. Oh. All right. All right. So we are back inside. And as you guys can see, we got some big equipment, big machinery that we work on daily, weekly, nightly, early. And let me put you guys, cover this up because I can't let you guys see everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you guys see everything. I gotta keep some stuff to myself. All right. So we are just about back to the scene of the crime. And this is where all the work's at. So I guess this is where we need to be. Woo! It is a sweaty morning already, boys. And we got 12 and 5 thumbs up. Good looking out. 15. We are getting back and forth. All right. Thank you guys for joining. You guys get to sit and chill while I get this work done, which I'm absolutely fine with. There we go. So we got the big bar because we need to get this big old hub and crown gear the F out of there. Oh, and if we can't do it this way, I got some ideas that, you know, OSHA might not like. But it'd be safe. It'll be all right. All right, so we are approaching about 15 minutes of struggle here. And I have just about lost all my patience with this guy. So we're going to go ahead and move to the next step. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. All right. So we are going to use big machines to work on big machines. Flip that up. That. All right, so looks like she may give us a hard time. So we are gonna hit that e-brake and we're gonna squeeze ourselves on over to this side. And we are going to do what I probably should have did right from the start. I'm going to flip her around with my forks in place just in case. And then we're going to take another stab at it from a different angle, which I think, oh, see, she fell. She fell right back down, and there goes those shims. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. But this plan's actually going to work. So let me unbolt my hoist, and we will try to do the do here. All right. All right. I know, people, it's early for me. It is early for you. And we're going to get this big hoist back in place. And we're going to try to do. Yeah, it's got a low speed. The gear ratio is like 60 to 1. So we're going to go ahead and pull this hoist into position and try to get this done without getting killed, you know. Let's go ahead and all right, so I'm going to throw that over there. So the next thing is I need these big old fancy eye bolts once again. Oh, because these eye bolts are going to go into that head. So let me get this guy out. Come on. Come on. Lefty loosey, lefty loosey, lefty loosey. There it is. There it is. Ah, without a struggle. I love it. I love it. And we're going to get this guy out. All right. So while I struggle with this, let me go ahead and look at the 16 early birds that are out this morning. How you guys doing out there? I hope you guys can hear me. 10. We dropped down to 10. They're coming and they're going. They're coming and they're going. All right. There we go. All right. So we got the 2. Boom, boom. Let's go check her out. Back on this lift, and we're gonna get to pulling out this hub. Get a little bit higher, and there she is. So we will go to that bolt. There we go, that bolt hole, and it's literally the same process as before. 2 eye bolts and a 1-ton hoist. So 2 eye bolts and a 1-ton hoist walk into a bar, etc., etc. Here we go. Let me get this guy all tamped down. There we go. Nice. Nice. And we get this guy tamped down. I know, it's so thrilling watching me thread bolts. This is just so exciting. Trust me. I got to deal with it too. All right, there we go. We are in. Now let's grab the pendant, pendant, and pull this hoist towards me. Come here. Get over here. Not too fast. All right. No. All right. So let's get her into place. And there she is. Oh. I love it. This is a swingy hoist. All right. Got that one locked in. Up. Get that one locked in. Get her all. There she is. All right. Watch your lift. Now that worked a little bit better. I gotta admit. Look at that. Remember I told you guys she got a lot of sauce on her? Look at all that sauce. That white stuff. No, get your mind out of the gutter. It's grease. $1,000 grease. $1,000 a tube, or 15, actually almost $2,000 a tube. Look at, there's that hub. She's a beauty. Well, seeing that grease on her and seeing that it's still white, well, that's a great sign. I have to say. That means she has been being maintained. Whoever is in charge is doing a fantastic job. That guy deserves a raise. All right, here we go. Hard hats, boys, because we are going under a missile. Let me pull this hoist towards me. Look at that big old thing. That is a beast right there. Very heavy. Extremely heavy. There we go. Down, down, down. Big old crown, gear, and a hub. Let me get it pushed over. All right. There's not too many people out there that get to experience these kind of repairs. And then there's some that do it all the time, like me. But I'll tell you what, it sure does make a nice paycheck at the end of that pay period. And I'm not going to lie. Oh, down, down. All right, there we are. Look at that. All right, now it's me against you. I'll show you guys how to do this. All right, so now that we have got the first part done, we're gonna go ahead and start getting all the rest of this little stuff off, which the next step is to get this little safety gate off because, you know, who needs safety, right? And then we're gonna get our butts into this big old chamber right here onto this thing that they call a carousel in the US of A. And you take these gloves off. Yeah. And I will see that we have 18 people in the chat. Good looking out. Good to see you guys. Go ahead and hit that like while you're at it and subscribe if you have not yet already. So let me get my little hand tools and work on removing this safety gate that's in absolutely perfect condition. And these would be the hand tools. We got a Milwaukee box full of surprises. There it is. Look at that. And I believe we will be working with a 5/16 head tap screw, which they just tap into the metal. Hard to get to. There we go. Let me get it in there. And no, I lied. My first assumption was 5/16. And you usually go with your gut on your first assumption, but that proved to not be true. So we're going to have to go with the 3/8. And it looks like my 3/8 has grown legs. But maybe this is another 3/8. Let's see, what does that say? 3/8. There we go. There we go. All right. Get them all stuffed in there. Start removing this gate. All right. There it is. Look at that little bolt. Get out of there, guy. Going on. It's a hazardous environment. So, you know, things happen from time to time. There we go. Oh, getting that guy off. Getting that guy off. Oh, come on. Just a little more. Just a little more. There we go. I believe this is the method that we want to use. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got screw number 2 out. Okay, set those guys to the side and voila. Let's see here. There we go. That safety gate has definitely seen better days. Okay, so we're gonna let these guys remain back at their home because I don't want to lose them. So let me put them back in there. There. And put him back in there. There he is. All right. Okay. So now we have to get ourselves into there. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to climb some fences. But before we go and do that, I believe that the best option would be to grab this. Voila. And we will go ahead and create a safe environment for ourselves. Boom. Off and off. Okay. You see that, guys? You see that? Big boy. Oh, she's down and she is not going back up. Down for the count. All right. This right here will stay with me. Keep the key. I will keep the key. So what I need to do is I need to get that tool that happened to disappear. So I'm gonna have to go track that down. I'm sorry to put the blinders on you. I gotta put the blinders on you guys again. All right, we got 21 people in here. Sorry about this. It hurts me more than it hurts you. Believe me, this is painful. I'm gonna have to put the blinders on because, customers, clients, companies, and, important information, etc., etc. So I gotta go find a tool. That's my job. Your guys' job is to hit that like button and make sure you subscribe if you have not yet. Oh, and there is that tool. There she is. Let's go ahead and cover this up a little bit more again. All right, we are back. Put my hard hat on. Wear the hard hat because we are working with overhead cranes. There's stuff swinging in the air from time to time, and I tell you what, if one of those little bolts was to fall off at about 40 feet in the air and knock you in your head, well, you're gonna wish you had a hard hat on. I'll tell you that much. All right, so we are gonna have to do some acrobatics now. I have not done the splits in about 6 months, so time to start my stretches. Let's start our stretches here. Oh my goodness, I got to get my leg over that. You got to be kidding me. Oh. There we go. There we go. I got my leg over it. Oh, woo! All that good eating, huh? All right. And let me grab this little Temu special lamp that I ordered for what, $10, $15. Has just been a champion for me. Let me get this guy. All right, how are we gonna do this? More stretching, more stretching. Here we go. All right, let's see. I do not want to slip here. These bars have like a powder residue material on them. I'm gonna take out the whole live stream. All right, here we go. There we go. Move my light into place. One thing at a time. Huh. Well, that don't look right. I think somebody was already in here. Who was already in here? Somebody was already in here and they did my job. Why did they do that? I think. Oh, let's see here. Okay, what can we stand on here? All right. So we got to get this rotary union off of there. Right? That would be the first step. You know, I thought I was going to be able to cheat, but that's what you get for thinking, right? Don't think, you got to know. So I actually didn't bring all the tools I should have brought, but man, I've had about enough stretching for this morning. I don't want to go back through those acrobatics. So I'm going to use my big handy dandy rigid 18-inch pipe wrench to get this little 3/4 size 17-inch fitting off. It's a little overkill, but it does the same job. The end result is the same. Tubing is off. Smile on my face, and the chat gets to see it all. Get them off. Get them off of there. Okay. There we go. Look at that. 2 more threads. All right. And we got to get this big old piece of metal out of there. Again. I hope you guys can see that. Ah! Best job in the world, guys. You know? Tons of fun every day. Every day is tons of fun around here. Around here, around there. We got all kinds of places to go have fun at. Look at that. Get that bad boy out of there. Get him all unscrewed. Okay. And then we'll pull this bad boy off. And we could just go ahead and set him over here to the side because we're going to deal with him later. I'm going to set him into that little groove right there. And now we got to deal with this hub. So, of course, since I am not a foreseer of the future, I did not bring my little Allen wrenches. So this is a bushing that converts a set screw to a thread. So I'm going to go ahead and have to get these 2 set screws out, which I totally forgot about. And let's see, what is that? What else has to happen here? I think I have to get this hub off, or do I? I'm gonna have to take some look-sees. So first thing first, let's get this little hub off because I know that has to come off. And then see, this is a bushing in here. That is it's like a slip bushing, or almost like a bearing. It's just a bearing, like a brass bushing bearing slash, male, female, whatever. I don't know if I have to get that off by heart, but we'll figure it out. All right, so let me get back out of here and go grab the right tool for the right job. Squeezing, boys. We are squeezing around here. Okay. So I am going to try to make it back over this safety gate. Oh! There we go. And I did it. Oh, my parole officer would be proud. So we're going to need that hex head. In some cases, they may call it an Allen. And here we go. Get that Allen head. And we will need this little fancy tool here. This little fancy tool, guys, it is a lifesaver. You can find these on Amazon for $10. It's compact for these little jobs, and it's small enough that you can carry it in your pocket and take it with you anywhere. So we are going to use the carbine set of Allen head sockets. So let's get this in here with us, and then we'll go to the next step and figure it out from there. This is on the on the fly, guys. I believe it's about 5 in the morning now. We were up early, up and at 'em since about 3:30. Actually, a little bit earlier than that, since 3 a.m. Hopped in the old Ramfla. Drove about 10 miles to get to this nice fancy machine, because I knew this is where the work was. So I gotta get this set. Okay. Okay, so we're getting there. It's tight here. Might not look that way on camera. Ah, there we go. Hey. All right. Let me turn it this way so I can put the lid outwards. There we go. So now we want to find for this bolt, Allen socket for that bolt. Take my gloves off and use what's left of my. All right. Righty tighty and lefty loosey. Here he is. Okay. So we got that. Let me get those threads out just a hair more. Just a hair more. And we got one more right here at the bottom. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. All right. Got him. So let me go ahead and do my due diligence and put my little tool back, because you see this set, it is complete, and I would love to keep it that way. I believe this set is about $50, $60, maybe even 100, but who's counting, on Amazon, and it is a lifesaver. This set with this tool, man, you can run the world. Oh man, okay, so we're gonna need some coercion here, and that's why I brought this big, rigid 18-incher, and it is the aluminum one, so it's light. I don't know if you guys ever use those big black steel ones. They're heavy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, what is holding it? Did I get all those set screws out? Let me see, maybe I have to take them all the way out. Oh, what a hassle. Oh, it's a long, no? I would imagine not. I would imagine not. Okay, so that is the inner tube. Yeah, that is the issue. This tube has broken from inside its space. Oh, wait, I get this glove back on. Let's see. We got to get this hub off somehow. And I want to do it without creating more damage, if possible. If possible. There we go. It just needed some convincing with the big old tool. Man. Yeah, so we got to get that out. Everybody knows we got to get that out. Come on, everybody knows that. Come on, boys. Look at that. Come on. There she goes. All right. There we go. There we go. Little by little, right? Baby steps. Or as they say in NANAA, one day at a time. And if it takes 1 minute at a time, there it is. Oh, that made me proud. So we got 2 silicone O-rings in there. And that was giving us the hard time. Oh, look at that. So she should be ready to slide right out. Okay. So we're going to get this shaft to go that way. And I believe this is all we need in order to do that. So we will go ahead and leave all this gear here, except for my proton thrower or electron thrower. Photon. That's the word I was looking for. My photon launcher. Take my photon launcher over there and acrobatically make my way out of this carousel chamber. So here we go. One leg at a time. Oh, man. All right. That's done. All right. So next step would be to get those bolts out on the back side of that head and this big long shaft. So let's go ahead and start doing that. And if my memory serves me correct, I want to secure that. I would like to secure that head with a strap and that hoist, just for safety's sake. Just for safety's sakes. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and let this guy down. I don't mean to let you down, but you got to get let down. There we go. And I am going to take this hook off the 1 ton and swing them over here. Now, there we go. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna lift this hook up. Oh man, this thing is uncontrollable. Yes. Just send that hook all the way up. All the way up. Okay. And I'm going to go run over to the old Walgreens and pick us up an industrial strap. What you guys say about that? I need an industrial strap so I can harness this guy. I'll throw my... Oh, there we go. And okay, so in industrial strap, we're going to have to rotate that head a little. And we'll get that guy all unbolted and slid out of there. So we have an industrial strap right here, but that is just a little bit on the big side. We also have a rope, but a little too much slack. So I'm going to go get the right one that I feel. Oh, wait, we got some more over here. Could it be? We might get lucky today. Could it be? No, it's a little bit too big. All right, guys, got to cover you up again if anybody's even in here watching. We got 38 people. Well, good looking out. What is that? 38 people, 27. All right. Let me cover you up because we need to get on over to the other side of this building. So I got to get this strap. All right, so here we are. And we got some straps right here. See this little guy right here? We're going to use that. All right, let me cover it up. And we're back. Look at that. Back to the scene where all the work is at. Most people run from this area, but I run to it. So we got to get this strap wrapped around that head. But before I do that, I need to get some electrons flowing. So we're going to go ahead and use the key to get that lock off. Okay. We got no power in the building on this guy. Got to get this lock off. There we go. There she is. Big old 800 amp. Disconnect. Okay. First step, reset all alarms. We're going to turn our control on, which is our PLC system. Get the PLC started. Let them warm up. Get the coffee and all. And then we will go ahead and cycle on the machine. Cycle on that machine. It's going to give you a service alarm. But as long as we have our functions, we're going to be okay. All right, so enough of the boring talk, guys. Back to the action. So we will go ahead and hang on to this lock. And then we will go ahead and get this strap set up here. Okay. I need a pair of these, and then I need to rotate this guy. Rotate this guy. And there it is. And that'll do. All right. All right, so the two tools we are going to need here is this guy and this guy. I only need this guy to cut this off. Let's go ahead and snip that. And then we're going to save him. And now I got that head cycled sideways so I can strap them down just in case things get a little crazy in here, which I'd imagine they're going to be. And you guys have the luxury of seeing it all on camera. And I gotta be here to deal with it. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So first thing is first is we got this little grease fitting right here. And that has to come out. Otherwise, there's gonna be some big issues. Yep, don't forget the grease fitting. Because if you do, you're gonna be sorry. All right. I know you guys probably can't see that, but I'll show it to you right now. Blammo. Nice and dirty, huh? Thing gets baked about 15 times a day. So, of course, it's not going to be in the best of condition. Start with that. Now we will grab this nice strap we got, and hopefully she fits. I'm hoping. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and run the strap through. There we go. All right. Well, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Oh, she's going to work too. Let me grab that pendant. Pull that hoist over here. Woo. Get this guy. We are getting close. We are getting close to the reason we are here. E-stop got hit. Lower. Get this hook in place. We'll get that strap attached to this hook. And good times are here again. You know? You got to take the wins where you can get them. Here we go. Here we go. There's one. And there is two. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of tension on that. All right, how does she feel? Nice. Take some tension off. Yeah. So we got just a slight amount of tension. I'd say about, 10 pounds. We're gonna leave this pendant where we can reach it. Maybe in the cart. Okay. So next step is to get these bolts out. All right. So I believe that is just too big. So we're gonna have to go with another plan. I'm gonna have to get him out because this 3/4 inch socket head is a little too big. Okay. And let's go find the right one. All right. So we're gonna have to find the right size here. And I believe that is back in here in the kit. Oh, so we're gonna get up and head over to the kit. Oh. And we are gonna pull this guy out of here where we left him. Oh, we got it. All right. Oh, there we go. Little acrobatics in the morning. Never hurt nobody. All right, so we got the kit. So now that we have the kit, we're gonna have to open her up, and it looks like we're more than likely gonna need the old half inch socket. So let's get that. There we go. Oh. Half inch socket, boys. Ready to rock, ready to roll. There's a lot of climbing involved. Up and downs, ups and downs, just like life, ups and downs. There we go. All right. Okay. So we are here, and we're just gonna poke around to find that right size. I believe this is it. Oh no, that is a metric. So let's go with this guy. I think it's gonna be the 3/8. Yep. Hammer him in. I'm gonna lock this guy and get him out of the way, because last thing I need is to dump all my hex heads again. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in there, and we're gonna start by adjusting that, and we're gonna break this. Oh man. Break this first one free. Somehow, some way. And if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to use a different tactic. So let's go ahead and get him to where we could get some more leverage. Ah, there it is. All right, it is not going. So what do you do when that happens? I do not want to break my socket. So we're gonna have to go dig us up another one. That is a 3/4. Let me see if all of these are so tight. Yeah, they are all pretty tight. Pretty tight. I gotta admit. There we go. Let's see. They are all like that. I feel like I'll end up breaking my Chinese special socket wrench. And I don't want to do that. At least not today. Okay, so we're gonna have to find another plan, which is probably involves a Allen wrench. And we're gonna have to find an Allen wrench that size. So I'm gonna have to cover you guys up again. And get, oh, let's find that size. All right, so let me cover you guys up. And we're gonna get back to this. And I'm gonna go find that Allen wrench. We're gonna stay live this whole time while I work on this repair. So I'm headed to the bag of tricks that you guys are about to see. Is that 3/8? Shit, that's too small. Yeah, it's the bigger one. It might be 5/8. My bad. All right, so I don't think your kit goes that big. I think it's a special. I think it's a, yeah. All right. So let me get this key, and we are gonna get this bag of trick open. Bag of tricks. Here we go. We are at the, voila. Now, where do we have those big boys? Where did we have those big boys at? I don't particularly remember, but we did have some because I've done this so many times. So it's not in there. And close this up. The one tool we need, huh? I had one job, and that's to get all the tools ready, and I missed it. So we got another location that we're gonna head to. And that would be in here. All right. This is a secret location. And we will see if we got that. That's right. Was it in these kits? I believe it could have been in this kit. And what do you know? We do got it. So this is impact rated. So this is exactly what we're looking for. So we're gonna take this guy out there, and I believe 5/8 is what we're looking for. I think I was over there mumbling 3/8 earlier, and it's a 5/8. So we got him, but this I believe is a 1/2-inch chuck. So if we got the 1/2-inch chuck, well, we're gonna need the 1/2-inch hammer. And there it is. All right. Let me put some, put a lock back on there because I don't want these inmates escaping. Get this thing nice and closed. There we go. We'll grab the gloves. We'll grab the old Nyko tools kit, and we will head back out. All right, so we're getting back to the repair. Little hiccups, little hangups, but that's just part of the game. If everybody was perfect. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Hit, and we got a battery up there. So we will get that. All right. So we are back. Get this tool. So now we're going to need that 1/2 inch drive, 3/8, 5/8 hex. And we're going to slap him right along the top here. And there it is. Now let's head. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Is that 5/8? All right, I'll take it. All right, so let's get up here. All right, so we're gonna swap out this guy for this guy. All right. Oh. Okay. Here we are. Get that nice and planted in there. Here we go. There it is. Look at that, like butter. Like butter. So that we're gonna actually need a different style. So I'm gonna get these four corners out because that is going to be, oh, did we just break that bad boy? Holy crap. Look at that. She sheared. Woo. That is some force. And that was the 3rd setting, which should have been fine. But anyway, the show will go on because we have this. No, it has to be 5/8. This is not 5/8. This is a 3/8. Yeah, this is half. So we are going to have to reconvene. I have one, but I have a feeling it's going to break. No, my socket, my hex head, yeah, it sheared it. Yeah, these are on there. So I am going to have to go find one. No, I thought so too, but okay. Let's see if we can use this guy again. Do you have another like a let's see. Yeah, breaker bar. That's what I need. If we get a breaker bar, I got this. Okay, I'll go find one. Yeah, it's all right. All right, so we are going to have to find a breaker bar, which I do have one, but I do not believe it is a 1/2 inch. So do we use the reducer, or do we try to find a 1/2 inch breaker bar? Yeah, it's going to be a 1/2 inch breaker bar. I don't think you're going to have it on that cart. So we will cycle back on. So we're going to come back to this. This is a unforeseen hang up since my tool broke. My bad. And after that, we will get back to this repair. So I will have to come back to you guys. I'd really like to thank everybody for showing up and showing out. Much appreciated. And if you have not yet, go ahead and smash that like and hit that subscribe, because we are in this every day on a day-to-day basis. We are whipping out these repairs, big, small, dirty, clean, whatever it takes. That's what we're doing. So I will see you on the next one. Stay safe out there.